the Shar-Pei, a very old breed of dog from China. Experts suggest that the genetics of a Shar-Pei descend directly from wolves. In fact, it is one of the oldest dogs in the world.
Well, that's pretty amazing. But did you know that every pure breed border collie, much like my handsome friend here, can trace its ancestry back to just one dog? A very famous hound named Old Hemp, who lived more than 100 years ago.
Wow, he must have been one very busy boy.
Ooh, you have no idea.
Hi, I'm Alicia and I want you to meet Desi, Shar-Pei show dog extraordinaire.
I'm James and this is Flight.
We're here to compete.
We're here to have fun.
This is Top Dog Down Under.
Now hey little puppy dog, pick up the phone. Come on over and bring me a bone. Head down the alleyway, holler the moon. Now wouldn't you know it, they're playing my tune. He's a top dog, anyone can see that he's a top dog. Anyone can see that he's a top dog. Anyone can see, and just so you know, there ain't no fleas on me.
Have you ever been to a pedigree dog show?
Ever wondered what they're all about?
I mean, a dog's a dog, right?
Not always, James. In a professional dog show, the judging criteria can be almost as complex as in many beauty pageants. For the people involved, it can be both incredibly rewarding and incredibly stressful.
Yeah, it's tough out there in the dog show circuit. I suppose you could say it's a dog eat dog.
Oh. Top Dog Down Under brings the dog show right into your living room.
Giving you an intimate and exclusive look into what it takes to become a champion.
Conformation evaluates purebred dogs against their breed standards.
It's a test designed to assess the dog's overall quality.
It's going to be exciting, and along the way we will keep you informed about what makes purebred dogs so special.
Each week we will pit two dogs against each other in a do or die scenario. Don't panic, it's just an expression. Eventually, one will emerge the victor and be proclaimed the first Top Dog Down Under.
We have 24 dogs, 26 episodes, but only one winner.
I'm too excited. We've got great contestants today. Let's check them out.
Let's.
Head down the alleyway, holler the moon. Now wouldn't you know it, they're playing my tune.
First off the rung is Tony Mallia and his Shar-Pei Desi. Hi Tony, so can you introduce us to Desi?
Yes, we've got here Australian champion Deaky Despicable Me. He's from the UK.
Now, is it true that your first show dog was a Saint Bernard?
Yeah, that's correct. It was 15 years ago, and I purchased and showed a dog in Kalgoorlie.
What made you make the move to showing Shar-Pei?
It was a toilet tissue ad with the rollies, and I saw the Shar-Pei rolling down the hill with a toilet tissue, and I said, I've got to have one.
Now, you also show rough collies and Dalmatians. Why is that?
Yeah, that's correct. That goes back to my wife and her mum, who've shown collies for approximately 70 years, and the Dalmatians have come on board recently through Fran Matthews in Queensland.
What makes Shar-Pei so special?
I think just the unique sort of aloofness with family members and friends. It's just the way about them.
And why do they make a great pet?
Just their loyalty to the family and the way they perform.
Now, is there something we should know about the Shar-Pei, about the boys having a problem with needing to spread their scent?
Yes, they tend to put a scent on around their crates, but not their own.
How are the Shar-Pei when it comes to grooming and health?
Very straightforward in terms of grooming. It's just basically the basic fundamentals, and then in terms of the health, it's just a well-balanced diet.
Desi has a veritable slate of awards under his belt already and is Australian champion. What is your future from here?
Basically now he's on the verge of getting his grand title. He's qualified for Supreme, but as a process he needs to get his grand title first, then he's Supreme.
Desi is a bit of a character, isn't he? Is it true he likes to pose for photos?
Yes, he's an actual, he loves the camera, and certainly when there's photos to be taken, he loves that eye expression with with myself.
And does he also have particular needs when it comes to meal times?
Certainly, when it's the kennel run's been completed, he wants to be first fed. He makes himself known, and he has a certain dietary that he must have.
Dogs and dog showing form a major part of your life. Why do you love it so much?
I just think the flexibility of the amount of people, goodwill people that you can find through the dog world, plus also the balance of local, country and interstate travel.
And you don't breed commercially?
No, certainly don't. We only breed when we want to show our next product in line.
The Contest of Winners is a competition for the state's best show dogs, and you've already been there a few times. Can you tell us about it?
It's basically on the invitation only from Dog West. So each year there's a certain quota of invites that go out to the particular winners throughout the previous year, and they get invited to this prestigious event.
Now, Tony, you absolutely love breeding dogs and showing them. Why do you love the lifestyle so much?
Oh, I just think it's I love the flamboyancy of it. I love to dress up. I love making sure that the dogs are presented well for the judges on that particular day. But also, it's a sort of a make-up for myself. I love dressing up and looking the part with that dog.
And that you certainly are.
Yes.
That's our first contestant, Tony, and I can already tell he means business. Now let's see how James is faring.
Now, hey, little puppy dog, pick up the phone. Come on over and bring me a bone.
Here I am with Diane and Flight. Diane, how are you?
Good, thank you.
That's excellent. Now, Flight here is a champion Border Collie in both trials and conformations. Can you tell us what makes a Border Collie such a great all-rounder?
Versatility, intelligence, and just very clever dogs.
Flight has won a lot of competitions and awards himself. Can you tell us about some of them?
He's had a Best in Specialty show under a very well-respected judge of 30 years in the breed specials. He's had a lot of in-group awards, lots of agility wins, national and state level. He has titles in Dances with Dogs, Obedience, Endurance, and lots.
So plenty.
Yes.
How long have you had Flight?
He's 6 now. I've
Right.
had him since a puppy.
Ah, excellent. Was he your first show dog?
I did show another dog briefly for a while and then ventured more into the agility and came back to showing when I got this top quality dog.
Now, I believe that later this year you're planning on breeding your first litter.
I am, yes. I'm hoping to breed Flight with a bitch of mine who came out of my previous dog.
Right, what made you decide to go for that?
I've had a lot of interest in the litter. There's a few people wanting puppies from this too, so hopefully it'll turn out really good.
Flight has quite a famous daughter. Could you tell us a bit about her?
Yes, she's a supreme champion in the Eastern States. She's probably one of the top dogs in Australia.
We should have her on the show.
Yes.
Border Collies are unusually intelligent dogs, and Flight strikes me as quite a smart one, but I hear they can be a bit naughty as well.
They do learn the naughty things as quickly as they learn the good things. They're very clever and they've worked humans out really well.
What would you say are Flight's best qualities?
His loyalty, he's soft, gentle, you can put him with a child, he's fine.
What are some of the benefits of pure breed dogs?
Oh, when you get a mixed breed dog, you don't know what you're getting. When you buy a purebred, you're getting a dog that the breeder has worked really hard to achieve the best they can in their lines, and they genetically test.
Why did you pick Border Collies?
They're the best.
Short and simple.
Yes.
Now, Border Collies, especially the males, are known for having quite a bit of hair. Is it particularly difficult grooming them?
Not if you give them a regular groom, brush out any knots or something like that. Flight doesn't tend to get knots. He loves being groomed. Table's where he loves to be.
On a related topic, I hear that Flight is actually a bit of a fan of having his hair blow-dried.
He does.
He does?
He loves it, yes. We've got him set up. When he's washed, I lay the towels out on the floor and he does dive rolls to partially dry, and then he hops up on the table and waits to be blow-dried.
Fascinating. Now that both of our dogs are good and ready, it's time to meet our judge.
Top dog, anyone can see that he's a top dog. Anyone can see that he's a top dog. Anyone can see, and just so you know, there ain't no fleas
Andrew
on.
Beattie is a licensed all breeds conformation judge par excellence. A grizzled veteran of 20 years experience, Andrew is notorious for not taking any lip. Any dog who crosses him just might get the short end of the stick. Okay, so it's time to begin our first competition.
Head down the alleyway, holler the moon. Now wouldn't you know it, they were playing my tune.
The Shar-Pei is also known as the Chinese fighting dog. This is because they were originally bred to guard Chinese temples and palaces thousands of years ago.
Really?
Yeah, and because the folds of skin above their eyes limit their vision, you should always approach a Shar-Pei from in front and down low. If they can see you coming, they won't react defensively.
That's good to know. The name Shar-Pei means sand skin, which is a reference to both the colour and the texture of their coat.
There are 3 kinds of Shar-Pei. The difference between them have to do with the dog's fur coat. There is the horse coat with short prickly hair, the brush coat which has longer and smoother hair, and the very rare bear coat with even longer hair.
Unlike most dogs, the Shar-Pei is not too fond of water.
In other words, don't take them to the beach.
Definitely not, although some of them don't seem to mind it too much.
Like the Chow Chow, one quality of this amazing breed are their blue tongues. Not all Shar-Pei have one, but it is extremely common and is a breed standard requirement.
After the 1950s, there was a sharp decrease in Shar-Pei numbers. This prompted Hong Kong businessman and dog enthusiast Mag To Lau to appeal to American breeders to help save them. 200 dogs were actually smuggled into the United States, and this helped preserve the breed. Very cloak and dagger type stuff.
In 1978, the Guinness Book of World Records listed the Shar-Pei as one of the rarest breeds in the world. Since then, they have made a comeback, and today the breed is going strong.
Which brings us to the actual judging.
Now hey little puppy dog, pick up the phone. Come on over and bring me a bone.
When assessing a Shar-Pei, the judges are looking at a lot of traits.
The dog should be proportioned correctly as per the breed standard. This includes a short, strong neck with loose skin underneath.
The forelegs should be straight and the hindquarters should be muscular and strong, as should the shoulders. The chest must be broad and deep, with a short, strong back and a slightly dipping top line behind the withers.
The head should be rather large in comparison to the body. The skull should be broad and flat. The wrinkles on their adorable faces are also important.
The lips and the top of the muzzle should be well padded with a slight bulge at the base of the nose.
The nose itself should be large and wide. The preferred colour is black, but any colour that matches the coat is permissible.
Eyes should be almond-shaped and dark with a frowning expression. Ears should be small, thick and triangular in shape, with the tips pointing to the eyes.
The blue-black tongue is preferred.
The tail is also particularly important. Ideally, it has a high base, is rounded and should narrow to a fine point. The tail can be carried high in a tight curl or curved over.
Well, it looks like Tony has finished his run. Let's head over and see how he's feeling about Desi's performance today.
So Tony, how do you feel you and Desi went today?
I was very pleased with the conformation and the reach and drive that Desi performed, and yes, I'm extremely confident to go through.
And there you have it.
Which brings us to...
Head down the alleyway, howl at the moon. Now wouldn't you know it, they were playing my tune.
The Border Collie. A working dog that is primarily used to herd sheep, although in the last few decades they have become extremely popular as pets.
It's an interesting name. The border comes from the fact that the breed was developed and used as a working dog on the border between Scotland and England. The collie part of the name is less clear and is the subject of an ongoing debate. Some argue it comes from Gaelic and means useful. Others contend that it is Scots for coal.
That makes sense since they tend to have a majority black coat.
It does, but then there's another Scots word that's very similar. A type of mountain sheep that has a black face is called a collie.
That makes sense too, since they were bred to be sheepdogs.
I'm afraid the jury is still out on that one. We may never know.
Border Collies are contenders for the crown of the world's smartest dog. The world record holder for the most human words understood by a dog is held by a Border Collie named Chaser. Incredibly, he can understand and respond to over 1,000 words. Border Collies are considered to be as smart as a 3-year-old child.
Border Collies use the eye when herding sheep. This is a direct eye-to-eye stare that intimidates the sheep more than the loudest barking.
Border Collies are descended from landrace collies. When you trace back the ancestry far enough, you end up at a Persian sheepdog. It is thought that the Romans may have brought the larger Persian breeds into the country during the occupation 2,000 years ago. After the Romans came the Viking invasions and their smaller and lighter herding dogs. These two new breeds were crossed with native dogs, creating new breeds that eventually led to the Collie and later the Border Collie.
Perhaps it's time now that we should head over to the judging area and get started.
Sure.
Now hey little puppy dog, pick up the phone. Come on over and bring me a bone.
Border Collies come in different colours, so when assessing them, a judge must take this into account.
Although most collies are multicoloured, their nose should reflect the greater colour of the collie. A black collie should have a black muzzle, a brown collie a brown muzzle.
The eyes should be set well apart and be oval shaped. Collies are expected to have an alert, intelligent and keen expression.
The ears should be set well apart, medium size, and should be carried either erect or semi-erect. The jaws should be strong with a correct scissor bite.
The neck should be a good length and broaden at the shoulders, which should be well laid back. The body should be only slightly longer than the dog's height at the shoulders.
The front legs should have strong bone but not be too heavy. The hindquarters should be strong and muscular with well-turned stifles.
The stifle is like our knee joint.
Both hind and front feet should be oval in shape with toes arched and close together.
The tail should be low set and reach at least to the hock.
The hock is the reverse articulated joint in a dog's rear leg, below the stifle joint.
And in English,
The back knee.
the tail should have an upward swirl at the end. It can be carried high when the dog is excited, but should never be carried over the back.
In general, white should never be the dominant colour.
That's Flight done. I thought he had a great run. Let's go and have a chat with Diane.
Okay, Diane, you've had your run through. How do you feel it went today?
Well, thanks to our wonderful judge, I'm sure he will pick the best dog on the day, and I'm pretty sure that will be a Border Collie.
Pretty sure about it?
I hope so.
Well, all right, it was not too far to find out.
Okay, thank you.
Now it's time to find out how our judge is going. Both dogs have performed fantastically, but there can be only one winner.
It's always a nervous moment. It's time. Let's go and find out what the results are.
Let's. Desi, 15.
Flight, 12.
And the winner is Desi.
Top dog, anyone can see that he's a top dog. Anyone can see that he's a top.
Congratulations, Tony. You and Desi had a fabulous round. How do you feel?
Fantastic. I firstly like to thank Diana and Flight for being my competitor for today, and certainly like to thank our confirmation judge Andrew Beattie, and I look forward to the next round.
Fabulous.
Well, Diane, unfortunately today was not to be your day. We still think Flight is an absolute champion. Did you have a good experience today?
I did. I'd like to say thank you to our judge. I think he did a lovely job. Congratulations to Tony and Desi. Well done. And I'm still going home with my best dog today.
Excellent. That's the spirit.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Tony.
Well done, Diane.
Thank you.
Now hey little puppy dog, pick up the phone. Come on over and bring me a bone.
That's our second episode down and only 24 to go. And as you know, any 4 of our runners up have the chance to come back for a second shot at the title. So we may just see Diane in Flight again.
But for now, Tony and Desi move on to the next round, while we all look forward to new competition next week.
That's right, where we have this glamorous poodle.
Up against this gorgeous Shetland sheepdog.
It's a battle of the beauties.
No holds barred.
Next time on Dog Down Under.
Sorry.
See you next week.
Now hey little puppy dog, pick up the phone. Come on over and bring me a bone. Head down the alleyway, howl at the moon. Now wouldn't you know it, they were playing my tune. He's a top dog, anyone can see that he's a top dog. Anyone can see that he's a top dog. Anyone can see, and just so you know, there ain't no fleas on me.